Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to be talking a little bit about Derek Lunsford. Derek is interesting this year. It's kind of a new Derek this year, and we have the Pittburgh Pro coming up this weekend, and he's doing that show, and yeah, I think he's going to do well. Obviously, I just think that Derek has the potential to really win this year, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that means, or at least what I think that would mean. So, Derek this year, his impressive showing at the Arnold Classic was amazing. Him and Hani split up after the Olympia last year. Something happened between those two. I'm not, here to speculate exactly what, but those two. Derek was interviewed at the Arnold Classic, and he was just saying, during that prep that he was being told kind of some funny things and just things that he thought was strange and didn't really make sense to him. And then, Hani Ramba decided to retire. So those two parted ways, and now Derek is with Chris Aceto, and he also has a new partnership too with Jocko Fuel. So it's just a fresh start this year for Derek. It's a new year for Derek, and he's looking really good. He's clicking with Chris Aceto, which I think is going to continue. I think he's going to, just get to understand Derek a little bit better and how to prep him better for some of these shows. So it's actually a good thing, I think, that he's doing these shows because it's just practice for those guys. But I think if Derek could come in and win Pittsburgh, I think he should just go ahead and do it in New York. Some people disagree with that. Even if he doesn't win, maybe even more so if he doesn't win Pittsburgh, I think perhaps he should just jump in the New York show. Because the New York show is turning out to be a pretty good show too. A lot of guys are jumping over there from the Pittsburgh show. So it's going to be an exciting show. And I think, gosh, could you imagine if Derek won all three of those shows? How the momentum he would have rolling into the Mr. Olympia with those three shows. That would be crazy. Now, he talked about recently, doing a Triple Crown. It would be, the three shows. It would be obviously the Arnold Classic, the Pittsburgh, and the Olympia. Now, winning the Olympia, that's a tall task. But I don't know. I just think it'd be awesome if he jumped in the New York show. It's only a week later. And if he did lose, by a close margin, that would give him potential, a week to tighten up a little bit better and just tighten up more and just actually have a little bit better showing at the New York show. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. That's this weekend, a couple, days from now from me shooting this video. Big show. A lot of good names. Going to be super competitive. And Nick's looking amazing. A lot of guys are looking really good right now. So, but yeah, I think if Derek could take, that'd be awesome. All three shows, the momentum going into Mr. Olympia would be out of this world. It'd be so cool to see. But I don't think that's the plan. I think he said he's going to be at New York regardless, if he's in, just as a fan or if he's on stage. But I think he should compete. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments if you think Derek should just honestly just do all three shows and just see what he can do. All right, I like to talk about Nick Walker. He's got this show coming up this weekend at Pittburgh Pro, and he's looking really good. I gotta say, his conditioning has come in quickly the last few weeks, it seems like. But he's super hyped up. This is super personal to him. You can tell he's been going through a lot of stuff as. He took the last Mr. Olympia off, and obviously he's going through some stuff, and he's taking this super seriously, which is it's good to see. You're going to get the best Nick more likely, and he's taking this really to heart. And I don't think he's, he does these car talks, and he's just saying, it doesn't feel like he's really doing this for anybody but himself. He's not out there to try to prove a point to anybody. He's not out there to like smash his other competitors. He's just doing this for himself, and I think he's trying to, in a way, kind of prove to himself that he's still one of the top bodybuilders in the world, and I think he is, and I think he has to go in and kind of prove that to himself. But he may not. Derek's looking pretty good. I have to say, I do have a feeling. I think Nick's going to end up taking this show. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that he's going to. But if he doesn't, then he's most likely going to jump in that New York show because, out of all these top guys, Nick is still one of the guys that has to qualify. Martin's already qualified. Derek obviously is already qualified. Good veto now from his win from the Arnold Brazil. You have guys like William Bonac, who is now qualified because of his win at the Detroit Pro Show. So yeah, Nick is he's going to have to jump in shows to get that qualification yet. So, but I'm excited for Nick. I think this is going to be such a good show. You have a lot of these guys who I think are going to be, I hope, in the top of their game. Hopefully their condition's on point. They come in looking good, nice and full, and just really competitive. And I'm excited. Nick is going to be someone I'm super interested in seeing how he looks. Derek, we kind of know. I think he's going to be, probably similar to how he looked at the Arnold Classic, maybe a little bit tighter. Again, he'll be working, with his newer coach, Chris Aceto. So I think they're going to continue to dial him in. But I think Nick is the talk right now. I thought maybe he's going to come in and maybe play the size game in some of those earlier pictures, and his waist was looking a little wider. He's been training on his legs, bringing them up this past year. So I thought maybe he's just going to be a little bit wider, maybe a little bit blockier, and then just play the size game. But it looks like he's going to come in really conditioned and still big. I really do. I think this is going to be probably the best look we've ever seen Nick. I think he's going to bring the size, but also bring, really good conditioning. And look at some of these shots. I mean, his waist does not look like a problem at all. In these back shots, I mean, he's got some of the best arms in those top guys in the business right now. I'm telling you, those back shots with those biceps just look so good. So I don't know. He's looking really dangerous right now. But let me know who you guys think is going to actually take it this weekend at Pittsburgh. You think it's going to be Derek? You think it's going to be Nick? Maybe Martin? Martin's talking pretty confident right now, too. I think Martin's going to, we'll see. I don't know. Good Vito? A lot of talk about Good Vito, too. He's been tightening up by some of those photos that we've been seeing from the Arnold Brazil show, which he didn't look like he was 100% at that show. So I think now he's definitely tightening up a bit for the show as well for this weekend. So, but let me know who you guys think is going to take it this weekend. I'm curious to know who you think. All right, that's going to wrap things up, guys. So if you enjoy bodybuilding content, please hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss out. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.